All right, YouTube, welcome to the live stream tonight. We're just messing around. Well, I mean, kind of, but we're serious because we're flying planes. I take that seriously, so here we go. I just threw myself right in the middle of a landing. At San Francisco, runway 28 right. We'll see how this goes. I have not done much flight simming. I have not done much actual flying recently. So we'll see how the touch goes here. Gonna slow it on down. It's a beautiful day in San Francisco, by the way. I can set the, the time and weather conditions. I mean, that's kind of the cool thing about Flight Sim or X-Plane. I should call this what it is. This is not Microsoft Flight Simulator. I run a Mac, so. But yeah, you can choose your flight environment. In real life, you don't necessarily get that choice. Over the inner marker, gears down, flaps full. And if I were running a checklist, I hopefully would have already done that by now. Slightly fast. But we will solve that. The other thing too is, I've talked about this before in these videos, I don't have any rudder pedals. Here's my round out and my flare, and just take a look. Now it's gonna squeak. You're gonna hear the wheels, squeak like that. That was probably a little bit harder than I wanted. We're doing a touch and go, by the way. We're clear for the option. Bring the flaps up a little bit. Airspeed's coming back. Rotation speed, probably about 110 in this guy. Positive rate. Gear up. But yeah, if I had real rudder pedals, I'd have a far greater control over this airplane than what you're actually seeing and on the ground and all that stuff. All right, so let's mess around a little bit here. We got the whole airport to ourselves today in San Francisco. Nobody's here. Nobody else is here. Or at least, that's also the simulation that I've created. Take that last notch of flaps out. So yeah, I do have the flap controls and the gear controls all actually programmed onto some buttons here on the yoke. Climbing through 1160. We'll climb up to 1500. We'll put the nose level there. There I am at 1500. 136 knots. Should we go to Oakland? Or should we stay at San Francisco? I think I said I was going to stay at San Francisco. Let's come back over this way. Now, we could really have some fun here. If I want to use... by the way, I'm gaining altitude, which I didn't want to do. I could use runway 19, which should be... how do I see this here off to this view? Off to my right. Oh, there it is. Watch this. Chop. Oh, TCAS alert. Somebody else is out there. Let's do... let's drop the gear. Let's do a left 360 and come in and land on, I don't know, 19 right or left. We'll choose when we get there. So, by the way, I should establish, I'm just winging all of this. I mean, I could reset, I could do all that stuff. I would never be doing this in real life like this. Let's make that very clear. We gotta get the nose down there. And it also is not realistic in a sense that you can't peripherally see, like I'm guessing kind of where the runways are. I know. Let's see if I've come down enough. I'm at 800 feet here in the descent. Should see some runways soon. Oh! Look what we see there. You want the right or the left? Let's pick the left. Throw in all the flaps now that we kind of have the runway made. Still pretty fast, so I'll just hold the nose up. I'm actually right on glide path there. 2 whites, 2 red lights. Let's go full flaps. Now we're slowing down. Holding the nose up to kind of bleed off that speed. Another TCAS alert. That's a traffic collision avoidance system. It's telling me that another fake plane is out there somewhere. Not actually, but it's just the simulation here. Throw a little bit more power in there. Kind of jockey in this here. There's 1.9 left. And we're gonna come in and just hold it off. Hold it off. Right in the touchdown markers. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's the part where if I had rudder control, you wouldn't see all this swerving left and right, so. Should I just bring us to a stop here? I think there's a brake control right there. All right. Let's put it on pause and let's go pick something else out here. Select global airport. Let's go into Oakland. Oakland Convention Center, that would be fun. That's a heliport. Good luck landing an airplane there. All right, let's go runway 29, and let's put us on a 3-mile final. Here we go. Now, there are better versions of X-Plane. By better versions, I mean you can buy like the scenery pack. I'll show you here. I mean, that's, you know, there's far more impressive like graphics and scenery that Flight Sim and even X-Plane are capable of. Can you see me inside the airplane right there? Look at, there I am. Oh, I'm wearing glasses. I also don't have the landing gear down, and I'm only 3 miles out from the airport. That's probably not good. This is kind of a quick setup to be only 3 miles out from the airport and have to, you know, configure the airplane, all that stuff. In real life, you would have done a lot of this much farther out, but it's a game. It's good enough for the sense of getting your kind of flow down, getting your mentals around flying. I've said this before, when I was a flight instructor, I mean, when I was actively flight instructing, a lot of the students who I flew with that just instantly already had the touch, it was because they played a bunch of Flight Sim before. So I don't discount it at all. It doesn't always transfer over into your actual aviation skills. Like, there's a lot more to it than just, you know, like what I'm doing, landing airplanes right now. Full flaps. But this certainly does not hurt. It's almost like if you played a bunch of, you know, NHL or MLB The Show or whatever video games, but if it actually translated into having like a really nice swing. You know, I don't know that it works that way. All right, little low, little slow, little power. Fix that. By the way, I'm flying a King Air. Beechcraft King Air. Little fast. Now watch, let's just say here, for the purpose of real life, right? Coming in to land. Oh, don't like the landing. Full power. Pitch up for a climb. Flaps. Gear. Hold a climb attitude. Flaps. And by this point, I would have already told Tower whatever my tail number is. November 1234 Alpha, going around. And Tower would say, okay, great. Don't really care. Hey, let's go land on the Northfield. So at Oakland, I don't know if everybody's aware of this. The runway that you normally land on, like when you come in on a commercial flight, is on the south side of the airport. But there are also 3 runways, actually, on the north side of the airport. Yeah, I know, it wants my gear down, so I'll throw it down here. Let's go over and just take a look here. Let me take myself off the screen here so you can see it better. Now, this is a bank angle that I would never necessarily replicate in real life, unless I had to. I'm sure all these neighbors would not like me doing this either. We're a little bit low, aren't we? Flaps and gear all down, but look what we found. Look what we found. found 9 right. Plenty of runway. Look at me, I'm throwing in my last notch of flaps. Still. And I'm going way too fast. Way too fast. There we go. Just do a quick touch and go here. Flaps up. And right about there, looks like rotation speed. That's the other thing. Positive rate gear up. I don't know, in this airplane that I'm flying, I don't know all the proper speeds. You know, this is all, that's what I'm saying. This is all very, for fun. Realistic enough, but mostly for fun. I suppose we could go find Hayward Airport down the way. And by the way, if you've watched me do this on a video before, yes, I pretty much do a lot of the same things over and over again. I like flying this guy, this airplane, the King Air. There's a couple other choices. I see Hayward Airport already. Can you see it? It is right there. See, that's another thing about, especially when you're new at flying. I didn't realize where the mouse was. It was the mouse on the screen the entire time. Sorry if it was. Even things like finding an airport, when you don't really know what you're looking for, it's not easy. You know, we'll go to Hayward and then we will stop at the airport where I actually did most of my private pilot training, and that is San Carlos. In the old 650. Where's the flight sim? Where is it? Where is it? Don't worry, it's on here still. All right, now we are way high because I was screwing around. I was not paying attention. So I'm gonna dump the power. So what you're hearing, that beeping, right? It's telling me your throttle's idle and your gear's not down. So there, I threw the gear down, right? Like there, it's coming out. And so now the airplane's a little bit more happy. I should also dump in some flaps here. So way high, there's the runway out to my left. Can I make this is the question. And it's a difficult balance of pitch and power and performance. And the more I need to kind of dive, the more airspeed I gain. And I don't want that either, because then I'm going super fast, super low. So you gotta just kind of milk all this stuff the right way. And yes, that is an aviation term. No, seriously. All right, now we're getting back to an altitude and an airspeed that I like. Here, maybe I'll just do this landing like this so you can see it from outside the airplane. A little fast, a little fast. As soon as I get close enough here, I will switch to the chase view. Okay. Trim this up a little bit. So yeah, see how the airplane just kind of yawed to the left right there? That's because I don't have a rudder. Yeah, and if I did, oh, look at right on the center line. If I did have rudder pedals, I would have controlled that much better. Oops, I forgot to take out some flaps, didn't I? Yep. So I'll do that carefully here on the climb. That airplane just wanted to fly again, so I let it. Gear up. Now that we are plainly out of runway and plainly out of the airport environment. And yeah, doing touch and goes in a King Air is slightly different than a training airplane that most would be doing this in. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. See, I think I had the, what is my rudder? It's this guy right here, which is usually the mixture, the fuel mixture control. But I have it set as rudder control. Again, if I had pedals, I should probably invest, like just for fun. I don't think they're that expensive. All right, let's go buzz the San Mateo Bridge. There it is. See, now that's kind of accurate there with the power lines right next to it. Let's go do it. I still had to, whoa. I just put the airplane into reverse thrust. That's another thing. I accidentally tapped that button. Yeah, that wasn't good. In real life, again, that can't happen. Not like that, at least. But it happened right there. And now we're cooking. 180 knots, because I'm descending. And I want to kind of cheat the rules here. Now, in real life, no, you could not do this. I mean, you could if you wanted to make it your last flight ever. $500. Look how faster I'm going than the cars on the bridge. Hello, San Mateo Bridge. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Yep, just splitting those light poles like they're uprights. Kids, don't ever do this. This is a video game. Like, it's like GTA, except... Now, see, in real life, am I convinced that I wouldn't be clipping some of those light poles? I don't know. I don't know what my wingspan on this airplane. Yeah, I probably could do it, but that is a tight fit in real life. I mean, hypothetically. All right, I know the bridge is going to start turning up here at some point. I feel like I'm flying a Star Wars scene right now. A lot of trucks out there. Look at the bridge, pretty accurate how it kind of merges back in like that. But see, there is no incline here. So now we're gonna, you know what, I'm gonna pull up out of this thing because that's too tight, and I'm also gonna start setting up for San Carlos here. Plenty of power. So that's gonna get me up to, I don't know, let's go up to about 1,000 feet here. Over 1,000. And then we will find Highway 101, which I already see, and we'll just follow that right to the airport. I mean, I know it's to the left. Oh, or as you see it on the screen, I know it's that way. I'm a little over the altitude that I suggested at about 1,000 feet, but that's fine. You know, we're just faking all this stuff anyway. Okay, reduce my power a little bit so I can tighten up my turn here. Welcome to the peninsula, by the way. You've now been, let's see, we started in San Francisco. You were in the 415. Then you went over to the East Bay. We were in the 510. Now you're 650-ing it. Oh, San Carlos Airport, where are you? I see you. Now, do you see the airport? Right now, do you see the airport? If you're watching at home, and maybe you're on a tiny screen, so you're like, I don't know, I can't really see it. Can I? Oh, I can zoom in. Look at that. Oh, but I can't. Can't move it over. Darn it. I'll have to do it like that. Anyway, the airport is right there. Now, how do I know that? I just have a guess. Well, I mean, I educated guess, but I can also see the visual approach slope indicator, the VASI. It's right there. Those red and white lights. Red over white, pilot's delight. So it likes where I'm at already in terms of my height at my distance away from the airport. I just threw the gear down. I am going way too fast. So you know what? Yeah, so let's do this. I'm bringing my gear back up, and I'm also throwing the throttle back in here. We are gonna do a low pass. Runway 12 at San Carlos, here we go. So this is actually something that is legal. You call tower, you request a low approach, and you do this. Watch how small this airport is. I mean, considering the other ones you've seen, it's like 2,900 foot runway, something like that. There we go. Then you get to the end, right? You get to the end, and you don't want to bust the airframe, but you give it a go, woo, right there. Right there is where your stomach drops out. That is that feeling right there as I push the nose over. Look at that, we're already up at 1,000 feet. That's the feeling right there. Now, to a lesser extent, I mean, you could do that in real life, but I was just checking to see that I've been flying here for 20 minutes already. I haven't even checked the comments. Do I want to check the comments? I don't know. Is anybody even watching this right now? I guess I should have put my phone on here too to see. What I really need in the home studio, by the way, is either a second screen or some kind of device to... You guys want to go to Half Moon Bay? Let's go to Half Moon Bay. You know what? I was going to go to San Carlos, but let's go visit Half Moon Bay. Now the question is, can I find it? The answer is, I better be able to. So we're, let me take myself off the screen so you can see more of it. There's 280 down there, so that's kind of a good indication. I should be able to find, and look, in real life, do we look at highways and interstates and roads? Yeah, of course. I mean, this is a lot of visual flying right here. But it also helps you. There's the Crystal Springs Reservoir up there. I mean, this is quite accurate enough. So I will cut over this ridge somewhere about here. Over that ridge here. And then the airport, Half Moon Bay Airport, should be right out here somewhere. What was I saying before? Yeah, I don't know if anybody's watching this, and that's fine. Just messing around. Oh yeah, I was saying that I need a second monitor or a way to monitor comments, like a screen monitor, so that I can actually participate in these live streams instead of just like flying around. There's just so much going on, right? Like I'm flying a plane right now. Yeah. I'm also controlling this live stream so I can, whoa, I can't see anything. I guess I could do it like this too, and then now you guys can see me up there, and I've got the camera going over here. So, but hey, I mean, look, this is pretty simple. Right now I don't know what you can actually see. All right, so you see that camera, and you're seeing me fly over there. Okay, good. I definitely need some more monitors in here. All right, so can you see, well, this is not fair. Can you see Half Moon Bay Airport? It's right over here. And the harbor is right there, like the marina for Half Moon Bay is right there. And there's that big old satellite dish that's out there. And then here's all the beaches down here, all the fun stuff. I am gonna start slowing her down here. So if I was actually flying, hopefully by now I've already made some radio calls. Half Moon Bay traffic, King Air 34 Alpha, turning a, 5-mile right base to final for 30 Half Moon Bay. That's what I'd say. Throw my gear and flaps out, start coming down. So you can see right here what I'm looking at is my airspeed dipping a little bit. That's good. Obviously, I know I'm coming down because of the altitude. I'm kind of dog-legging this this final approach here, and actually, I shortchanged that terribly. Instead of making one 90-degree turn to the right and kind of making a 45-degree turn, there's the runway right there. I would estimate, it says I'm fine on altitude right now. I'm a little bit lower than I'd prefer to be. So I'll just kind of maintain a nice shallow descent, if anything. Just a smidge. So there's a level horizon right there. So I'm just a little bit below that. Ever so slightly, as you can see here, descending. And inside 1,000 feet. AGL, of course, above ground, and also we know we're above sea level, so. All right, slightly high, quite fast. So I put in another notch of flaps. That'll help slow me down. By the way, none of this is for actual instruction. I'm not teaching any of you here. You can't put this in your logbook, but when you put in flaps, usually the first notch of flaps is for lift, and everything beyond that is for drag. So at this point, with 3 notches of flaps on this plane, I am dragging it a little bit, help slow me down. Here we go. Half Moon Bay traffic, 3-4 Alpha, short final 3-0. Touch and go, Half Moon Bay. Way high. Had some trim settings that were a little bit less than preferable. All right, so this is an offset runway. So those two big white blocks right there is where I will hope to touch down. Let's see. Let's see. Pretty good. Yeah, not straight. So let's take off out of here. Oh boy. See, no directional control when I don't have rudders. It's crazy. Let's, yeah, I guess I said I was going to stop here. I was going to pick somewhere else real fast. Do you want to do something else? Let's just go into San Francisco one more time, and then I'll call it quits. Select Global Airport. Oops. And let's go into KSFO, San Francisco. Let's do anything different, should we do? Or let's just do 28 left. No, let's do 28 right, 3 mile final. All right, one last crack at it here. And maybe I should, while this loads, oh, it says, oh, I am streaming. Look at that. Hello. Oh, wait a second. Let's read some comments now. I dipped in. Flight deck after dark. Avocado flight. Hello. Mr. Polite 01. Yeah, no, this is X-Plane 11. I'm way behind the times. Yeah, this is landing rate minus 320. I'm seeing some oh wows. What other comments here? Pilot floaty. When I used to fly planes regularly, I did not look like this. That's for darn sure. And by the way, I have to what was I just going to say? I have to what? I totally forgot what I was going to say. I got distracted by this comment. Brody can fly IFR in real life, complains about lack of peripheral view in the simulator. That's a good one, Marty. No, you know what? It's just that even in a real sim, like you can usually see out the sides a little bit, or, you know, in real life, like if I'm visually flying, doing what I'm doing. Yeah, and that's the thing is you haven't really seen me here on Flight Sim. Actually, so I didn't even show you guys like the panel or anything inside here. So the way this airplane is set up, and you know what? I should do instrument flight one day. I will put myself in the clouds. Now, I want to practice a little bit first. I'll put myself, because it's all touch. And if you can do it in real life, that's fine. But the touch on here, it's kind of like landing an airplane. It's not 100% accurate, but airspeed indicator, attitude indicator, altimeter, a combination of different directional gyro devices here. So I won't, go in too much into that. This is a little bit non-standard. And then vertical speed indicator, as well as all the engine instruments here for the left and right side. Radio stack over there. I guess I can't pan left and right. Looks like it's got a Garmin radio setup in there, which is pretty cool. I've never really looked at the panel inside this airplane, but, oh, turn indicator. How did I do that? I don't even know how to do this. Anyway, but that's it. That's a look at inside the airplane. And yeah, if I were to, let me just fly it a little bit like this. If I were to fly, I prefer flying it like this, because that's more realistic, in touch and feel and seeing out the front. But I mean, I could fly it like this too. And I'm looking at the instruments. Now, if I were flying on instruments, if we were in the clouds right now, I wouldn't see anything outside. I would only be seeing, boy, why is my mouse in two places right there? Okay, that can't be good. I think this computer is starting to quit on me. I forgot I still have to make a landing here. I'm way low. You know what? Let's reset this one. Anyway, I was showing you some stuff. Oh, and I was also reading comments. See, this is what happens. This is honestly what happens when I read comments. I get super distracted. Okay, we're back on that 3 mile final for 28 right. Let's see what else is being said here. Asking me A's question, Roman. What do I think about Elvis Andrus with the A's? Well, they needed a shortstop. That's for sure. And I do wish Chris Davis the best. Out of everything, for him to go to Arlington where he crushes, now I understand that was the old ballpark, but just something down there, right? Something down there that I think he'll be good with. And I hope he'll be good with. Brody the Pilot says Bassett. Oh man, Jacob, you got me. I mean, that comment was hidden there, but you said, rest in peace, Dick Callahan. If you don't know who Dick Callahan is...
Leading off for the Athletics and playing second base, number 6, Brody, Brazil.
It just gets me right there. I'm going to miss the guy. Wow, gets me emotional. I am going to miss that guy. I really am. Let's see what else is being said here. You heard, wait, somebody here, Crichton09 says, Microsoft Flight Simulator can be run with a VR headset? Could you imagine that? Like, just looking around. Oh, man. That would be pretty intense. Coming up, Nomex, coming up on 6,000 subscribers. Yep, you know what's going to happen. As soon as I get to 6K, I will be posting a little clip of Sharks Late Night Confidential, a lost clip. Now, I only have so much of those segments saved. So I have more. So I'm going to release one clip at 6K. Maybe it's 7K. I'll do another one. And then I'll blow it out at 10K. But yeah, 10K is what I'm trying to get to by the end of 2021. All right. Let me go back and fly one last time here. Show us a Cat 3 Autoland on the Tolus. I'll do my best here. I can't believe that many people are watching this. There's even like 25 people watching this. I appreciate all of you. All right. Back to the flying. Here we go. Got to figure out what I'm doing here. All right. Nope, that wasn't it. There we go. Now we are ready. Let's do this. But yeah, look, if you guys ever have questions on flying, and again, I have to legally protect myself to a certain degree, because if I tell you something and you go out and do something wrong or not right or crazy, then they'll come back to me and say, were you providing instructions? So there is, and if you're in the aviation world, you know that kind of, those loopholes. But anyway, yeah, I can't officially be your instructor, because I can't take on that responsibility in life right now. But if you guys ever have questions on anything airplane related, I am happy to give you my best. It's like talking sports, honestly. Gear down, flaps full. Checklist has hopefully already been completed. 300 feet. And we are just going to put this thing down here. Long runway, so take your time. Computer's getting really choppy, huh? By the way, this computer. If I told you what it was, you wouldn't believe me. It's a Mac Mini. This computer is a Mac Mini running Flight Sim. But that's what I have out here in the old home studio. So that's it. That's it. I'm done flying for tonight. Should I take one more peek at the questions and comments? Should I do that real fast? Let's see if there's anything else worth... Am I a CFI? Yes. I am a CFII. To go through the timeline, private pilot in 2004, instrument pilot in 2005, commercial pilot in 2006, CFI, commercial certified flight instructor in 2008, And then later on in 08, I don't think it was 09. I think it was late 08, instrument instructor. So that's the rundown. Mr. Polite, bro, that was dope. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. All right. I don't want to bore a whole lot of you, but I do appreciate everybody checking in and watching tonight. I really do appreciate that. I have a fun video that I taped in here just a little bit ago, and I will be releasing that on various platforms. Nope, not that one. I'll be releasing that on various platforms, maybe later tonight. We'll see. But yeah, I came in here and did something did something pretty crazy. Let's just say it was EDM inspired. I was inspired by EDM. All right. That does it, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow night, probably after the Sharks game, live streaming, recapping that. Yep. There. I'll give you a little taste of this. Check this out. When I say check this out, watch behind me here. There you go. Disco. And let's see here. Let's make the other one do it too. Now we're talking. Do you guys like this? Is this too much? Is this overkill? Let's see the comments on this. Let's give it a second. Get a haircut, you hippie. You have somebody else has similar lights. Yeah, I put these lights in. And by the way, let me just see if I can turn that down a little bit there. I put these lights in during the end of the baseball season, after I'd been doing a ton of broadcasting from home, like all summer long. Oh, here's the drop. And I wanted to kind of spice it up a little bit because the lights in here, I mean, here's what it used to look like. Just straight up this. Which is, professional and stuff. It's not bad. But I decided that I was gonna... That is so cheesy. I'm like a 16-year-old, honestly. Except, I'll be turning 40 in a handful of weeks. 40! We're gonna have to have a talk about that one eventually. All right. I think I'm actually signing off now. Look at the busy setup here. The control wheel, keyboard, Stream Deck, ATEM Mini, Apollo Twin, other Stream Deck. All right. That's it. End of the song is my cue. Have a good night, everybody.